big problem here on the demographic slide you can see is the average age of a gambler is going up, continues to go up. And the problem here is that really the only generation that plays slot machines anymore are the baby boomers. So you've got baby boomers, Generation X. Some of the Generation X will be moving into that age group where you'd think they would start playing slots, but there's no evidence that that's actually happening. And I attribute that to Generation X being the first video game generation with Atari and some of that stuff. They're just not interested in games that have random outcomes. Baby boomers continue to play, and that's great. So if you look at the slide on the right-hand side here, even if you assume that the Generation Xers were going to play slots, they're moving into, if you see the population growth for 2010 and 2020 and 2030 in the cohorts of that core gambling age. So even that's slowing, but then you'd have to assume that the Generation Xers are going to play slots, right? And even that's not probably going to happen. So you've got really two headwinds there. You've got nobody playing and then less population growth in that core metric. So that's a real problem. That is the crux of the issue on the demographic side. Now there's certain ways that maybe can attract millennials or Generation Xers that they've tried. There's some jurisdictions, Atlantic City for instance, is allowing more skill-based games. Doesn't seem to be having an impact. We had years where the slot manufacturers were trying to devise games that would appeal to Generation Xers and millennials, different themes. That hasn't really worked out. So it's going to be a tough road ahead.